You are not stuck, you are not behind, you just lack focus, clarity, and most of all, tracking. You need to track how you're progressing. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and I'm the Inventing Canon, and today we're talking about goal setting, which is pretty much writing things down and getting so focused over the next 6 months so you can achieve your goals. So pretty much what I'm doing today is a whole 12-week plan to help you smash out the rest of the year. So there's 4 months left, so it's more actually 16 weeks, but I just laid out 12 weeks. Pretty much this is this whole lock-in from September 1st to the end of December. So this is the time to get all this work done that you've been trying to get done all year. So the reason why I'm doing this is purely because I myself have felt like I've gone absolutely nowhere this year. But then when I look back on videos, I'm like, oh, I have actually progressed. So what I'm going to try to do is, I feel like a lot of the time when equestrians go out, we're just going out to ride, but we're not actually thinking to ourselves, what are we trying to achieve today? What is our goal we're trying to hit this week? And what is our overall goal? I personally haven't been doing it, so this is my strategy and that you can use too to help you achieve your goals by the end of this year. So what actually is this 16-week plan? So we're laying out from the 1st of September to the end of the year. And what we're trying to do is achieve all your goals that you need to be doing each week to help you achieve your end of the year goal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my strategy and walk you through how I lay out to set myself up for the rest of the year and that you can follow along too. So why should equestrians be doing this? You should be doing this because you need to be knowing what you're actually aiming for rather than just going out and riding. I personally, when I go out and ride and I do schooling, I just go out and school. But in reality, I've been seeing so many comments of people being like, I specifically go out to focus on this. There's this really good TikTok person who goes out each ride. She has a specific task she's working on and she's just miles ahead. At the end of the day, being an equestrian, it's not about your talent, it's about can you nail down on being focused, because the people who focus on a micro task each day are the ones that get 1% better every day and the ones that creep ahead. It's got nothing to do with discipline, it's got nothing to do that you're a better rider, it's purely just focus and making sure you're following your goals and hitting them. I also want to do this because it is really hard feeling like you're getting to the end of the year and you just have not achieved anything. So I'm going to do this because I want to smash out the rest of the year and I think you should too. So first off, I want you guys to get a pen and piece of paper and you're going to write down your goals. So the first lot of goals you need to be writing down is, what is your 5-year plan? So what is your 5-year plan? What are you trying to achieve in this 5 years? So my 5-year plan is I want to jump to 2-star. But my whole focus behind it is that I'm not sure what horse is going to get me there. It might be Ruby, it might not. So my main focus over the next 5 years is working towards progressing myself to that 2-star level. So my main focus over the next 5 years is my riding ability. Now I focus that down to my riding ability, I put that down to what is my 1-year plan. So my 1-year plan is working towards getting myself up to jumping 80 centimeters and getting my horses schooled and confident. And I'm going to split it down to what is your next 6 months goal. So what is your goals by the end of this year in December and January? So January and December goals, what are those? So for me, in my case, I've got a clinic coming up with Laura Collett. So I want to be jumping 80 centimeters at this stage. So therefore, my 6 months goal is to have Ruby and Lulu to be stepping up and jumping 80 centimeters. So my 1-year plan is getting my horses and myself up and ready to move up the level. So my goal for the next year is to move up to be jumping 80 centimeters confidently, because then I want to be stepping into midway 2027 season doing 95 to 105. But my horses need to be confident before you can jump the bigger heights. You can't rush your horses if they are not confident. So my whole thing is confidence and my riding ability. So then we're going to our 6 months goal. So my 6 months goal at the moment is the fact that I've got a clinic with Laura Collett and I'm jumping 80 centimeters with Ruby at this clinic. So I want to have Ruby and Lulu to be able to jump 80 centimeter cross country by January. So we've got our main goal. So what is your main goal? And you want to progress what I just worked through. So your 5-year plan, your 1-year plan, your 6 months plan, and that is your goal for the end of the 6 months. So then your next step is to figure out what you need to be achieving in these next 6 months to be hitting that 80 centimeters. And now we're going to walk through how I get to this. So the next step, which you don't have to do, but I find it really beneficial, is to use ChatGPT to help you lay out your weeks. So the prompt that you guys could potentially use is, I want you to act as a personal coach with 20 plus years of experience to help me lay out a 4-month plan to achieve my goals. My 6 months goal is blanks is what you put here. So mine is to step up into jumping 80 centimeters in horse riding. And then I want you to lay out a weekly plan to help me achieve these goals. And then I've also included, I want to also improve my ability in horse riding. So we'll put that in and see what it comes out with. So ChatGPT, you kind of have to a little bit take with a grain of salt, but they really have a good baseline that you can look at to help you achieve your goals. First month, so the overview, so they're giving me an overview here. So the first week is working on basic rider balance, horse flat work, fitness, and rhythm over small fences. I actually think that's a really good prompt. And then the second one is increasing your jump height to improving your horse's agility and rider position. So that's in week 5 to 8. Phase 3 is linking through fences, riding over terrain, and developing endurance and control. And then phase 4 is jumping the full courses at 80 centimeters. So it's a pretty good plan so far. And then they've gone through and given me daily tasks. So let's have a look and see what I think of this. So, for example, I also like what they've given me here is progression by month. So you've got your month 1 is working towards 50 centimeters. Then month 2 is raising it a little bit slightly to about 60, 65 centimeters. Month 3 is 70 centimeters and month 4 is 80 centimeters. Rather than trying to go straight out and be like, oh, I need to be jumping 80 centimeters right now. We are progressively working towards one step at a time. And that's what I like about ChatGPT is it breaks it down for you. So like this is something you could also do on paper on your own. It just saves you a lot of brain power and a lot of time just literally popping it in. Then this is what I like here. Make a full prompt of 16-week calendar with the detailed sessions. This is what we want. So I just put in 1. So what we're pretty much doing here is I'm trying to create a system and an area that I go to each week, each day to look at my goals and tick them off as I go. So you don't have to do Notion. You can use your pen and paper. You can lay it out in a journal. I prefer Notion purely because I'm a really scribbly, writey person. And Notion, you can obviously just delete it, rewrite it, change it around each week because it's suited for what works best for you. And then provide a CF file. So I like doing this because this is my baseline and I print this out. So what I've done here is I've gone and laid out my whole Notion page, which we then now can use to create our weekly goals and how we check them off each week. So first things first is I'm going to create an extra page and I'm going to download my Notion. And here we go. Notion has literally laid out everything for me that I can use. So it's literally laid out everything for me that I need to work on each week. So this is something that's quite good that I can now kind of just add to my own personal stuff. So we go back to my equestrian plan. I'm literally just now got this whole system that I can add in. So each day I literally can see what my goals I'm working towards. So like I've put Rusty in there because I want him to learn to use the emergency stop whistle after I jump because he's like crazy to jump. So at the moment, my monthly goal at the moment that I've written down, and these are ones that you can do more specific because ChatGPT does not know you that well. So like for example, Ruby, I don't have a saddle, so I have to school her a saddle. So I can't really do the general schooling that I want. So I want to work towards her bending and opening up her shoulders to do her schooling. So that is my month goal. And then I tick it off. I just do a little tick when I've achieved my goal. And that's just nice to like have it all visually there. And then Hamlet and Lulu are kind of the same. I want them to be able to trot from inside rein to outside leg on a full circle without them ducking up and down their head. But that one's probably one that will probably take 3 or 4 months. So that's also my end goal. And then I have my weekly tasks that I have to do each week. And then this is my favorite bit here, which is the weekly plan. So for example, it would be each week. So I'd write down I want to school Lulu, school Ruby, hack, and then it literally just means that each week I can go through, tap it down, and then each day I write down what I'm planning on doing, which is like school Lulu, school and you literally just go through and put in what you're doing each week. Like it is really, really good. You can use this and change it to however you like, but in the mindset, it's pretty much just putting everything down, making it clear what you want, and then on top of that, putting it down into little micro tasks that you have to do each day to therefore track and see how you're progressing. So this is my general layout. It's obviously not completely finished because I need to go add my own personal touches to it, and you would do the same. But this is just my general layout. So I've got like a little cute quote to keep me going. So which is like trying to get 6 months worth of work done within like 12 weeks. Pillars, which is pretty much my overall goal, which is jumping to 80 centimeters. And then my mini goals for the month. And then I have my weekly tasks I need to completing each week. And then this is my favorite slot. It's in here, a little tickable task thing that I do each day. And I have the dates set up for when I want to get them done. And I'm just working towards them. And then inside each of these, I'd open up and I'd be like, this is what I'm working on. So today's goal with Lulu would be, I'm wanting her to do trot transitions. So like I'd put in here that I'm trying to work on with Lulu, that I'm trying to do trot transitions and like getting her to stop her bobbling up and down her head because she's very, very weak in her head at the moment. And yeah, that is the whole general task. I really, really enjoy it. Obviously, you need to set up in a way that suits best for you guys. But I honestly think you need to be laying down a 16-week plan, writing down your goals for each week and writing down your goals for each day to ensure that you are getting where you need to be going and keeping that focus and clarity. So I like to look at this almost a couple times a day. You don't have to do that. I'm quite obsessed with this type of stuff. But you definitely should be looking at it either in the morning or in the afternoon and definitely having a think about it before you ride. So here is to setting yourself up to win for the rest of this year. You are totally going to smash it. I believe in you guys. If you guys want more information or questions, feel free to drop a comment below. And that is my general plan. And you can definitely steal that too because we are 100% going to smash our goals. Thanks for watching. I'm the Eventing Cannon. Bye.